This is a warning for you, chosen soul. Protect your home because it is your sacred fortress. Have you ever felt like you were being watched inside your own house? That unease that grips you for no apparent reason, that chill that runs down your spine when you walk through the familiar hallways of your home. Well, what I'm about to reveal today could completely change your perception of the energies you allow into your personal sanctuary. We're going to talk about one of the greatest dangers we face today: opening our doors to strangers or ill-intentioned people. After they leave, have you noticed anything strange in the following days? Have you noticed plants wilting or dying for no explanation? Have dishes or utensils started falling from your hands without apparent cause? It's not coincidence, dear spirit seeker. Some people are loaded with dense energies, and when they enter your home, they can contaminate your space with negative influences that last much longer than you imagine. The great psychologist and philosopher William James, who passed from this plane in 1910, dedicated much of his life to studying mystical experiences and psychic influences between human beings. James observed that there are individuals who function as true energy vampires, capable of draining the vitality from spaces they inhabit, even temporarily. His research revealed that certain personality types don't just affect people, but also profoundly impact the environments where they're present. If this content resonates with you, if you feel these words are reaching you at the perfect moment, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. We're a community of awakened souls seeking to protect our energy and raise our vibration. Join us on this journey of self-knowledge and spiritual protection. Your home is more than 4 walls and a roof. It's your personal temple, the place where your spirit rests, where your family finds refuge, where your dreams take shape. When you allow certain energies to cross your threshold, you're not just putting your well-being at risk, but that of all the loved ones who share that sacred space with you. But don't worry, I don't want to create paranoia in you. What I seek is to awaken your consciousness so you can identify these signs and act accordingly. Because knowledge is power, and the power to discern will give you the ability to protect what you love most. There are 6 specific types of people who represent a real danger to your home's harmony. Each carries a particular energetic charge that can alter the natural balance of your living space. But before revealing them, I want you to understand something fundamental. This isn't about judging these people, but recognizing their energetic patterns so you can establish healthy boundaries. The first category is the grief collectors. These people seem to feed on drama and others' suffering. They arrive at your house loaded with devastating stories, constant complaints, and energy so dense you can feel how the air itself becomes heavy when they enter. William James observed that these individuals possess a strange ability to identify others' emotional vulnerabilities and exploit them unconsciously. After their visit, you'll notice family conflicts intensify, arguments arise over trivial matters, and a feeling of heaviness settles in your home for days. The signs are clear. The most sensitive plants will begin to wither, especially those located in spaces where this person spent the most time. Pets may show strange behaviors, hiding or displaying unusual aggression. Even electronic devices may present inexplicable failures. It's as if the dense energy of these visitors creates interference at all levels of your home. The second type is the silent envious. These are perhaps the most dangerous because their toxicity is subtle. They arrive with smiles and sweet words, but inside burns a corrosive envy that contaminates everything they touch. James documented cases where the mere presence of individuals with deep envy could affect a family's prosperity for months. These people observe your home with calculating eyes, make seemingly innocent comments about your possessions, but their true intentions are to drain your energetic abundance. After their visit, it's common to start experiencing unexpected financial problems, valuable objects breaking without apparent explanation, or unforeseen expenses arising that drain your resources. Envy is a particularly destructive energy because it specifically focuses on destroying what another person has built with love and effort. I wonder, have you experienced any of these situations after receiving certain visitors in your home? If so, I invite you to share your experience in the comments. Your testimony could help others recognize these signs and protect their own sacred spaces. Continuing our exploration, the third type is the attention vampires. These individuals possess an insatiable need to be the center of attention and suck the vital energy from everyone present to feed their wounded ego. When they arrive at your house, they immediately redirect all conversation toward themselves, constantly interrupt, and create an atmosphere of tension where no one else can truly relax. William James identified that these characters possess a disturbing ability to detect others' insecurities and use them as entry points for their manipulations. After their departure, people living in the house often feel inexplicably exhausted, as if they'd run an emotional marathon. Children may become more demanding, adults more irritable, and family harmony becomes severely affected. The fourth type, and here's where things get really interesting, is the carriers of ancestral curses. These people carry negative energetic patterns that have been transmitted from generation to generation in their families. They're not conscious of this, but function as involuntary channels for very ancient dark energies. When they enter your home, these ancestral forces can establish a connection with your space and begin influencing your family line. The signs are more subtle but deeply disturbing. Strange dreams may begin occurring throughout the family, recurring nightmares or a persistent feeling that something invisible is watching from the shadows. Mirrors may fog up for no reason, family photographs may fall inexplicably, and a sensation of cold may settle in certain rooms. If you stay attentive until the end of this message, I'll reveal something that most people do unconsciously and that exponentially multiplies the power of these negative influences in their homes. This revelation will surprise you because it's something so common that you've probably done it without realizing the consequences. To stay connected with more content that protects your spiritual well-being, make sure to subscribe and activate notifications. We're a family of truth seekers, and together we can create a shield of energetic protection that benefits everyone. The fifth type is the discord sowers. These individuals seem to have a natural talent for creating conflicts where there were none. They arrive at your home and in an apparently innocent way plant seeds of doubt, whisper insinuations, and create misunderstandings that can explode into major family disputes days after their departure. James observed that these characters operate from a deep emotional wound of their own and unconsciously seek to create in others the same internal chaos they experience. Their energy is like a virus that spreads slowly, infecting relationships and creating cracks in family unity that can take months to heal. Signs include an inexplicable increase in family arguments, misunderstandings that arise from nowhere, and a general feeling that everyone is more sensitive and irritable than normal. Objects that represent family unity, like group photographs or meaningful gifts, may break or mysteriously disappear. The sixth and final type is the light thieves. These are the most subtle and dangerous of all. They appear to be spiritual people, talk about energies and chakras, but are actually sophisticated energetic predators who have learned to use spiritual language to access others' energy without being detected. When they enter your home, they perform a kind of energetic scan, identifying sources of light and vitality to then systematically drain them. They may make comments about your house's energy, offer unsolicited cleansings, or even perform rituals that apparently benefit you, but are actually designed to create energetic bonds that allow them to access your energy from a distance. After their visit, it's common to experience chronic fatigue, loss of motivation, and a feeling that life has lost its brightness. Plants may wither quickly, animals may get sick, and a sense of emptiness may settle in the home. But here comes the revelation I promised, something most people do without realizing it, and that exponentially amplifies the power of all these negative influences. Keeping objects that these people have touched or given as gifts. Every physical object retains the energy of whoever has handled it. When you keep gifts, photographs, or even simple objects these people have touched in your home, You're maintaining an energetic anchor that allows them to continue influencing your space even after they've left. It's like keeping a window open through which they can continue draining your energy. William James documented cases where entire families experienced dramatic changes in their well-being after getting rid of objects that had been given by people with hidden intentions. The liberation was immediate and profound, as if they had cut invisible strings that kept them tied to negative influences. But this is only the beginning of a deeper understanding. There's something even more disturbing that I've discovered in years of spiritual research. Certain people don't just drain energy, but also function as antennas for dark forces, seeking to establish anchor points in prosperous and harmonious homes. These non-physical entities use susceptible individuals as vehicles to infiltrate family spaces. It's a gradual and subtle process that can go unnoticed for months. People who serve as channels for these influences often have histories of unresolved trauma, addictions, or involvement in dark spiritual practices, even without knowing it. The mechanism is fascinating from an energetic standpoint. When a person carrying these influences enters your home, the entities accompanying them conduct a territorial reconnaissance. They evaluate the family's spiritual strength, identify the most vulnerable members, and look for objects or spaces where they can establish resonance. Mirrors are particularly susceptible to these influences. James observed that many houses affected by visits from problematic people experienced strange phenomena related to mirrors: inexplicable fogging, sensation of movement in peripheral vision, or even perception of figures that shouldn't be there. This is because mirrors function as energetic portals, and these entities can use them to observe and exert influence. Family photographs also become targets. When a photo falls repeatedly for no apparent reason, especially if it's of a family member going through a difficult time, it may be a sign that external forces are trying to interfere with family unity. Entities seek to create divisions, feed on conflict and emotional suffering. But here comes another crucial revelation. Children are the most vulnerable to these influences. Their energy field is still developing, and their natural innocence makes them more permeable to external energies. When a child begins having recurring nightmares, inexplicable fears, or drastic behavioral changes after certain visits, it's a warning sign that shouldn't be ignored. I've documented cases where children began drawing dark figures they couldn't explain, or where they developed sudden phobias to specific rooms in the house. These manifestations usually intensify during nighttime hours, when the veil between dimensions is thinner and paranormal activity increases. Your home's location also plays a crucial role in its susceptibility to these influences. Houses built on land with traumatic histories, near cemeteries, or in areas where tragedies have occurred are naturally more vulnerable. These locations already possess a negative energetic charge that acts as a magnet to attract more of the same energy. But all is not lost. There's an ancestral technique that few people know for creating an energetic shield around your home. It involves creating an invisible circle of protection formed through conscious intention and specific rituals performed by the head of household. This process begins with complete purification of the space. It's not just about physical cleaning, but eliminating every energetic trace left by unwanted visitors. Holy water, copal incense, and sea salt are powerful tools for this purpose. Every corner must be attended to with intention and respect. Then comes the energetic sealing of doors and windows. Each entry point must be protected with sacred symbols appropriate to your spiritual beliefs. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Buddhist, or follow ancestral traditions. What's important is that the symbols resonate with your genuine faith. The most important step is establishing a declaration of spiritual sovereignty over your home. This means consciously affirming that your house is sacred territory under your protection, and that no negative influence has permission to remain or interfere. This declaration must be made aloud, with conviction, and must be renewed periodically. The importance of family unity in this process cannot be underestimated. A family united in purpose and love is practically impenetrable to external negative influences. Dark entities feed on division, conflict, and emotional pain. When a family maintains open communication, mutual respect, and spiritual connection, it creates an energy field so strong that it naturally repels any infiltration attempts. But there's one last element I want to share with you, something I've observed in the most successful cases of family protection: the practice of conscious gratitude. When a family regularly gathers to express gratitude for their home's blessings, to honor the space they share, and to renew their mutual commitment, they're performing one of the most powerful protection rituals that exists. Gratitude is such a high vibrational frequency that low vibration entities simply cannot tolerate it. It's like a natural repellent that keeps negative influences away while attracting more blessings and protection to your home. Implementing daily moments of family gratitude, even if just 5 minutes before dinner, can completely transform your home's energy. Children grow up in an environment of emotional abundance, adults feel more connected and protected, and the home becomes a true sanctuary of peace. Remember that knowledge without action is useless. Everything I've shared with you today requires conscious and constant implementation. Spiritual protection isn't a one-time event, but a lifestyle that requires loving vigilance and genuine commitment. Your home is more than a physical place. It's the center of your emotional and spiritual universe. You deserve to live in peace, harmony, and protection. Don't let anyone, through misunderstood politeness or false courtesy, compromise your family's energetic security. If this message has reached you, it's no coincidence. The universe is conspiring to give you the tools you need to protect what you love most. Trust your intuition, implement these teachings, and watch how your home transforms into a fortress of light and love. I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Leave your like if this content has resonated with you, and share in the comments which techniques you'll implement first. Your participation not only helps me reach more people, but also strengthens our community of spiritual protectors. Together we are stronger, and together we can create a world where every home is a sanctuary of light that rejects all darkness.